name is Felicia Wright, and this is the Go Rogue podcast. Do you feel stuck? Does every day feel like Groundhog's Day? Well, I'm here to tell you it's time to take charge of your life and know that you are meant for more than this. It's time to go rogue. This podcast is for people that are ready to say enough is enough and discover their new normal with entrepreneurship. Get ready because your rogue journey starts now. Let's get into it. What's up, Go Rogue? This is episode 7. I can't believe I'm at 7 already. This is so much fun. And today I'm going to be talking about the top 4 tips to finding your voice. This is so important for you, me, everybody, especially females, especially entrepreneurs, because our voice is important. And it's important that we share that with the world because that's the only way we can affect change and impact somebody in a positive way. So let's talk about how we lose our voice first, because that's super important. We're born with how we do things and what we like to say. And then when we're kids, we're really good about vocalizing what we want. I mean, I have 3 sisters and they were vocalizing what they wanted. So I definitely had to say something. Otherwise, I would get left in the dust. So I really think that we start to lose our voice as kids. And the main reason for that is we are constantly being redirected. So we're told, oh, you can't do that. Oh, don't jump off that. You're going to fall. That's wrong. You didn't do this the right way. And that's just a natural course of things. But for some of us, and I believe a lot of us, we start to lose our voice because we're constantly being told that what we're doing is wrong and it's not good enough and that there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. And I know when I was a kid, I was told that, there's a right way to speak, a right way to act, a right way to be. And along the way to adulthood, I kind of lost a little bit of myself because I was constantly thinking, well, is this right? Is what I'm thinking, feeling, saying going to be okay? Am I going to get in trouble? And I know a lot of kids feel that way. And it doesn't only happen in the home. It happens at school as well with any other adults because that's just the natural course of things. We don't want kids to get hurt. So that's just normal. But for some kids and a lot of kids, you just kind of fall into that trap of, well, I guess I need to find out if this is okay. And when we become adults, it's like, well, your voice is just completely gone. And we're always seeking approval because that's how we grew up. So these are the top 4 things that I think we can do to really find our voice in this world and just kind of rewire our programming, because we really were programmed to, ask for permission, do things the right way. I know you're not in front of me, but I'm doing air quotations over here. So just imagine the air quotations. So doing things the right way. So one of the first things I wanted to go over was to stop asking permission. And this is one of the tips. This is my first tip, to stop asking for permission from people. And it's just so easy to fall into that trap because that's how we were programmed. That's how we were raised, to ask for permission. But stop doing that. I know personally, these things that I'm talking about, I'm still working on them myself. So don't feel like you're alone. I, for the longest time, would think of an idea or think about something that I really wanted to do. And before I would act on it, I would start asking family, well, what do you think about this? What do you think I should do? And that was literally on the low key asking for permission, because if somebody had said, oh, I think that's a bad idea, I'd be like, yeah, you're right. That was such a bad idea. What was I thinking? And that's just me asking for permission. And that's not good because nobody can tell me the right answer for my life because it's my life. It's your life. Nobody can give you the right answer. People can give you guidance, which I think is so important because there's people that have been where you're trying to go. But whatever that guidance is, take it with a grain of salt because that's their life and their experience. It doesn't necessarily have to do with you. So definitely stop asking for permission from people to do what you really want to do. So that is, I think, one of my top tips because it's so important and it's something that I struggled with in the past, and I think I've gotten a lot better with it, but work on it. So, and then number 2, this is similar to number 1. I want you to stop asking for approval and stop looking for approval. So with social media, that could be super difficult. When we post something, we will post it and start looking for comments and likes and shares. And that's really looking for approval to make sure like the comments are positive. And really, if it's something that you want to share and you're sharing your heart, or something that's funny or something that you like, it's okay. It doesn't matter if there's a comment on it or a like. It really shouldn't matter. And for me as a social media marketer, I do look at those metrics. We call those vanity metrics sometimes. But for me, it's hard not to look at that. But if you are just posting to your personal profile, just share you, do you, and who cares if nobody comments or likes on it? Nobody can really approve what you're doing in your life because it's your life. Only you can approve of what you having going on for you. So don't look for that approval. Social media makes it extra hard, but you can do it. So stop looking for approval, because then once you stop asking for permission and you stop looking for approval, your little voice in the back of your head will start to get louder, because what you're doing when you're doing that, you're drowning out your own voice because you're listening to other people, seeing if they say it's okay, what you should be doing. You're essentially drowning out your own voice with all these other voices and all this other noise. So once you start shutting that off, your voice will get louder and things will start to get a little clearer for you, where you won't have to go out and see if somebody thinks that what you're doing is okay, or yeah, you should do that. You won't really care after some time because you really worked on not looking for approval and permission to do things. So really focus on those 2. Number 3, and this one I am struggling with right now, and I have made a concerted effort to work on it. And you guys are definitely going to have to let me know if you struggle with this as well. And I think this is especially hard for women. So you ready to hear it? Stop apologizing for making a decision that's in your best interest. Okay, I got that off my chest. Stop apologizing. And I think women have it way worse than men. We apologize for everything. And I think I know it's to soften the blow, but just say no to the things that don't serve you. Just say, this is not right for me. And it's so easy for me to be on the other side of this mic saying that, but I am truly working on it right now. And I think the reason women struggle with this so much is because along the lines when we lost our voice, it kind of makes you unhappy because you feel like you're not good enough. And you're like, well, I'm not really happy. I'm not good enough because I don't feel good in my own skin. Well, I'm going to make other people happy, and I'm going to make them feel good by putting other people before myself. That's what I was doing by saying yes to everything. I was like, well, I want to support this person. I want them to feel good. I want them to feel happy. And it was literally just putting their happiness ahead of my own. And I know I'm not the only one out there that feels that way. And it's so hard to deal with. So I said I'm dealing with this right now. So I can't not tell you how I'm dealing with it. So right now I get invited to things and people ask me to do some things, and sometimes I want to do them and I love supporting people, and other times it's like I simply just don't have the time, or I have some different priorities, which is okay. Especially as business owners, we all have different priorities and different things that we're focusing on. I literally tell people, it's like, well, thank you so much for thinking of me, but right now I can't do it. And I leave out the apology, because usually I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry I can't make it. Or I will just give in and say yes. Those are the two things those are my two defaults. I'll either give in and say yes, or I'll apologize. And really, if you think about it, like, if we don't want to do something, we have nothing to apologize for. Like, why? Seriously, why? Like, that's what I have to ask myself, because I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Get your life right. So number 3, don't apologize for saying no, and don't apologize for not being there when you can't be or you shouldn't be at the time, because you have other things going on. So stop apologizing. And I'm yelling at myself. And my last part, the last tip for finding your voice, I would say, is to share your opinion. I know that sounds simple, and all of these do sound simple, but if you really think about it and dissect it, it's like, am I doing this? Like, really, am I doing this? In the very, very beginning, when I really started to step out in the social media space, like, I had such a hard time sharing my opinion about anything. And what I always kept in the back of my mind was, well, what if I offend this person? What if I offend that person? And I was always able to come up with a person that I could think of in my head that would be offended or not like what I said, so I wouldn't post what I wanted to post, which is so silly. Your voice is literally sharing your opinion, and your opinion matters. I'm here to tell you, it matters, and it's important, and people need to hear it, because there's only one of you, and I'm here to tell you right now, like, you are special. We're all special in our own unique ways, and somebody needs to hear what you have to say. So don't hold back and share how you feel. Share what your thoughts are. Right now, like, for me, Go Rogue it was really hard to get off the ground, because it was hard to step out and say, yes, I was a teacher and I loved it for a while, but these things happened to me and it no longer served me, and I had to step away. That was so difficult to say, and it's still difficult to say, but I got over it, obviously. But and when I was thinking this, I went through all of these. I actually asked permission. I talked to my sister about it. I asked my husband, what do you think about this? And I was like, maybe I'm going to have to apologize to people. I went through all of these, and I just got to the point where I was like, you know what? Like, this is how I feel, and I can't be the only person that feels like this. So share your opinion. So I think if you really work on these and make a concerted effort to do your best, or even just pick one, because the one that I'm mainly focusing on is not apologizing and being able to say no. So pick one thing that you know that you can work on truly and start to implement. Okay? So I believe in you. Your voice matters. Your voice is important. And I hope you start to implement these, because that little voice that you've drowned out will start to get louder faster when you implement some of these tips. So this episode was really important to me, because I think this was part of the process that I've gone through and I'm still going through. And it's actually been really exciting to see where things have gone. And I want that for you guys as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed this podcast and you're sticking around with me, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it, and I hope it helps you. If you want to join other people on their rogue journey, head over to bit.ly/rogue community, and you will find other budding entrepreneurs over there and other people that are just along their rogue journey. and it's a supportive group over there. So head over there. I'd love to have you. If you love this podcast, please give it a review and tell me what you think, and just keep on heading back to this podcast. So in closing, I want you to go out there and take some inspired action today. Thanks. Catch you next time.